Hi everyone. Hope you enjoy today's video. I often get asked how I can use Excel to optimize my work. Personally, I have worked such a long time in Excel that most of the formulas and functions I use are second nature, and use them interchangeably without really thinking about it. Example is the SUMIF and SUMIFs functions. Really great tools, but if you don't really know how you can apply these tools, it becomes lost. So, for today's video I am going to show you how you can complete a supplier customer reconciliation using the SUMIF functions. I have been working in finance a long time, so it is easier for me to apply these functions as I use them daily. If you want to get the Excel file and follow along, you can get it from my website in the link below. Here we have a sales report for August 2022, with some data that was randomly generated. Date, detail or invoice detail, amount. We have two sets of data. The first is company XYZ Goods and their customer is ABC Retail. Effectively, XYZ is selling goods to ABC. If you look at it from the reverse perspective, XYZ is a supplier to ABC, and we just see the invoices captured by each of the two companies. Firstly, what is apparent is that the company ABC seems to have some data missing, purely by looking at the number of transactions, so we know there is an issue already. So traditionally you would look at the invoices postings one by one and see if they match. This would physically involve knocking them off one by one. This is laborious and the probability of making errors are quite high, and this is a straightforward data set, so no real issues there. Once you get to a point where it's 100 invoice a month or more, then not fun anymore. You'll see I added two columns on each set of data. Customer ledger and balance. Then on the other set of data we have supplier ledger and balance again. Why I have this will be more apparent in a minute. So, let's use the SUMIF function to see how we can optimize the workflow. If you are not sure how to use the SUMIF function, I explain it in more detail on my website, the Excel Hub. The link is in the description. So, remember, I work for company XYZ Goods, and I know what I have in my ledger, so I need to compare this with what company ABC Retail have in their ledger. So, we start with the formulas, SUMIF, and the first is the range that we are going to match to. So, we use the range of invoice detail in the customer data set. By pressing F4 you can create an absolute reference, which simply means if we move the formula the range does not change. Then we move on to the criteria, and simply we are looking for the invoice number in the corresponding data set. So let's go ahead and select that. Then we must get the SUM range and create an absolute reference for this as well. We can then copy the formula down. I then check the balance to see if there are any posting errors. We do have a couple of balances, so let's go ahead and highlight those. So now let's go ahead and repeat the process for company ABC Retail, and the reason is there may be a difference both ways. I'll show you this a little later. So, let's highlight these differences as well. Now we can use the data to complete the reconciliation. So, let's go ahead and copy the detail across. And we will use the SUMIF function again to see what the residual balance is. In the first instance it's a payment that seems to be incorrectly captured, and it looks like it was a typing error where the 6 and 8 was swapped, causing a variance. For the reconciliation, I am putting the amount as negative because remember, if the payment is incorrect in my books, I need to fix it and the payment seems to be under-allocated, i.e., the customer has actually paid me more than I have captured in my books. So, let's look at the second item, because the balance is the same as what ABC Retail already have captured in their books. There is a strong possibility that the invoice was duplicated. We can easily confirm this by looking at XYZ and reviewing the invoices. Let's go ahead and mark those out in orange so it's easy to spot. There is an over-invoice, and we need to then issue a credit note or the invoice needs to be cancelled, so we can go ahead and show this as a negative amount in the recon. Let's just add some comments to the reconciliation so the issue is clearer. Payment incorrect and double invoice. The balance of $13,959 is the actual balance that XYZ Goods should have in their books. We can then fill in the information that is required to complete the reconciliation for the ABC Retail side. Recall that the payment has already been included in the recon on the XYZ Goods and no need to capture this again. All the invoices indicated have not yet been captured by ABC Retail. Now we can see that the control amount is equal to 0 and the two sets of data has been reconciled to one another. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will be putting out a lot more content in the coming months aimed at more practical applications instead of just showing you how the formulas work.